Miss Turner's class. You need help with homework? It's Miss Turner's class. I got you. It's Miss Turner's class. What about if you didn't understand something in class? It's Miss Turner's class. I got you.
Hey you guys, welcome back to yet another video. In today's video we are focusing on Module 3 Lesson 16 where we're going to continue dividing, but we're focusing on our place value chart today. So let's get warmed up with our stop and jot. Let's go ahead and read along as Ms. Turner is reading out loud. Two friends have to split $13. Use the dollar bills below to show how the money can be divided. How many whole bills will each friend get? How much money will be left over? There's a few things that we know after reading this problem. We know that we're trying to figure out how many whole bills each friend will get. We also know the total. Altogether, we have $13 and they're being split between two friends. So that's important information to note. So I know $13 is a $10 bill and $3 bills. But can I split this the way it is right now? Can I give a friend a $10 bill and then give the other friend three $1 bills? Would that be fair? No, that wouldn't be fair at all. So what can we do to the $10 bill so that we're able to break it apart amongst our two friends? Yes, we can break this $10 bill and make change into $1 bills. How many $1 bills are inside that one $10 bill? Beautiful. 10, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, and we're going to add 3 more dollar bills because we should have $13 altogether. There we go. Now can I break apart my group, my $13 to share with two friends? Absolutely. Let's go ahead and start breaking apart our $2 bills. You'll notice I'm going one group at a time, only distributing $1 each time. Uh-oh. There's $1 bill left. What would this dollar bill be called? It starts with an R. Do you think you remember? Yes, it's going to be called our remainder, you guys, because it's what's left over. Because we're trying to figure out how many whole bills each friend will get. Well, how many whole bills will each friend get? Beautiful, 6. And then how many dollar bills will be left over? Beautiful, $1 bill will be left over. You guys, today, your lesson is just like that last problem that we read together. Today we are going to be learning how to divide using a place value chart. We're dividing 7 divided by 2. Our smaller number is our divisor. It tells us the number of groups that we're going to draw or the number of lines that we're going to draw on our place value chart. Whereas our bigger number is our dividend. It tells us our total. So 7 is our total. But how many groups is Ms. Turner going to draw on her place value chart? Yes, 2 groups because we're looking at our divisor. I don't know if you guys know this, but if you click that little line feature next to your text box, you'll be able to draw lines just like Ms. Turner's drawing on her paper. There's 1 group. There's 2 groups. So now I have 2 groups. I broke my place value chart into 2 groups. Remember, my total is 7. In order to divide, all I'm going to do is just take 1 disk and bring it to 1 group, take another disk and bring it to the other group. This is very similar to our stop and drop where we were distributing dollar bills to each friend. We're going to continue doing this until we run out of disks. Well, Make sure you're crossing off the disk at the top after you've used it. Uh-oh. I ran out of groups, but are my groups even? Do I have the same number of disks in each group? No, I don't. So I cannot distribute that last disk because I do not have a pair for it. So what would this last disk be called? Starts with an R. Yes, our remainder. Let's go ahead and box in that remainder so that we know that's what's left over. And now it's time for us to find our quotient. When we're looking for a quotient, we're only focusing on one group. So go ahead and pick which group you want to focus on. I'm going to focus on my first group. And I'm going to count how many disks I have in that first group. 1, 2, 3. So my quotient is 3, and my remainder is 1. Now it's time to check our work. In order to check our work, we're going to take our quotient and multiply it by our divisor. And then we're going to add that to our remainder. Our goal is to get our total. So we want to get 7 as our answer, our final answer. So let's go ahead and get started. What's my quotient? Good, 3. And what's my divisor? Remember, my divisor is my smaller number in my original equation. Good, 2. What's 3 times 2? Fabulous, 6. And now we're going to add that to our remainder. What was my remainder again? Beautiful, 1. What's 6 plus 1? 7. Fabulous. Did we get the same answer that's in our total? Yeah, so we are good to go. Let's go ahead and try another one. In this problem, we have 8 divided by 3. Remember, our divisor tells us the number of groups we're breaking our place value chart into. So, how many groups are we breaking our place value chart into? Beautiful, 3. 2, 3. All right, so we have our 3 groups. The next thing that we're going to do is we're going to distribute those disks just like we do with money into each group. Don't forget to cross it out when you're done. And we're going to keep doing this until we run out of disks. All right, I have 2 more. Uh-oh. Do you see the same thing Miss Turner sees? Can we do that? That doesn't look right. Yeah, we can't do that because we won't have another disk for our last row, our last group. So we cannot distribute those last 2. So what will these 2 be? What will we call them? Starts with an R. Yes, our remainder. Go ahead and box in that remainder. And then same as before, in order to find our quotient, we're focusing on one group. And we're going to count how many disks are inside of this one group. How many disks do we have inside this one group? Beautiful, 2. And how many disks do we have as a remainder? 2. Beautiful. Let's check our work. Our quotient times our divisor and add your remainder. What's our quotient? Beautiful, 2. What is our divisor? Remember, it's the smaller number at the top. Beautiful, 3. 2 times 3. Good job, 6 plus our remainder. How many is in our remainder? Good job, 2. 6 plus 2? Good job, 8. Alright, you guys, we're going to go ahead and do one more. In this problem, we have 6 divided by 4. How many groups am I breaking my place value chart into for this problem? Yes, 4 groups. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Alright, here we go. So we have 4 groups here, and we're going to break apart our discs into those 4 groups. Grab your pencil. I want you to pause the video as Miss Turner is doing this, and I want you to see if you get the same number as I do. Did you find Miss Turner's mistake? Yes, I cannot have these last 2 discs in groups because there's not 2 more in order to make our last 2 groups have a pair. So what will these last 2 discs be called? Good job, our remainder. Remember, when we're finding our quotient, we're focusing on one group. How many discs are in that one group? Yes, 1, so our quotient is 1. And then how many did we have left over that could not fit in a group? Beautiful, 2. Let's check our work. Quotient times your divisor plus your remainder. What's our quotient? Good, 1 times, what's our divisor? Good, 4. 1 times 4 is? Good, 4. Plus our remainder. What's our remainder? Good job, 2. 4 plus 2? Good job, 6. Absolutely amazing job, you guys. I want you guys to try this next one on your own. Pause the video. See if you can figure out how many groups there are and to see how many discs are in each group. Alright, you guys, so welcome back. So you should have already figured out that there are 2 groups because our divisor is 2. It tells us our number of groups. Question: did you start distributing your discs in the ones place or the tens place first? You started in the ones place? If you started in the ones place, you're not quite correct. Think back to when we were doing our stop and jot. Before we distributed $13 evenly, we had to break apart our $10 bill first. So we're always going to start in our largest place value and then make our way to the smallest place value. So we're going to start in our tens place first. We have 2 tens in our tens place. So we're going to go ahead and distribute our tens first. There's 1 10. There's 2 tens. And then we can move to our ones. Here we go. If you don't have this on your paper, make sure you do. Make sure you're fixing it so that it's on your paper as well. Uh-oh. I have one more, but then my other friend won't have a pair. So what is this last disc called? Good, our remainder. Go ahead and box it in. Same as before, focusing on one group. And now this time we have 1 10 and 3 ones. 1 10. How much is that? 1 10 and 3 ones. What number is that? Yes, 13. So our quotient is 13. And how many did we have left over? Good, 1. So now we're going to go ahead and check our work. Our quotient times our divisor plus our remainder. What's my quotient? Good. 13 times, what's our divisor? 2. Good. And now we're multiplying 13 times 2. This is a tricky one, guys, so take your time. If you need to, pause the video. Good job. 26 plus our remainder. What's our remainder? Good. 1. What's 26 plus 1? 27. Fabulous job, you guys. In this video, we just learned how to divide using a place value chart. Until next time, see you later.